Kia ora koutou, Jen Tyson here, and I have got with me today to do another YouTube interview is the lovely Willow, all the way from Queenstown Lakes. So welcome, Willow.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's such an honour.
Wonderful. So Willow, how about you just start by telling everybody, what's your role in Narwhal, what's your role out of Narwhal?
Yeah, of course. So I'm an apprentice carpenter down in Queenstown for Nail Love. I've been in Nail Love for about 3 years now. And my role within Narwhal is I am now the new chapter chair for the Queenstown Narwhal branch.
That's so cool. That's really, really awesome. And that's quite a big step up as well, right? Because it's a big, it's a big thing taking on chapter chair.
Yeah, it's definitely been a huge adjustment. I'm so incredibly thankful for the opportunity to be able to step up, but it has been a real adjustment. It's definitely a learning curve, and I look forward to stumbling my way through it.
All the stuff you learn. Awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about what got you into construction originally and what got you into what you're doing now? What are you, what was your inspiration or?
Yeah, of course. I had moved to Queenstown on a limb actually, and wasn't really enjoying what I was doing, and I was really stuck in a rut. And then by chance, a friend offered me a job as a gate person on one of the large jobs in Queenstown. And I sat on the gate for probably about 8-9 months-ish. And then within those few months, I already knew that construction was the industry for me. The site that I worked on was quite large. There was over 180 people on site daily. So I got to see such a wide variety of tradespeople, like everyone involved in every level. And I just knew I wanted to be involved somehow. And then I started working on the crane crew. And then basically from there, my love of being hands-on just keep going.
So then was it an obvious jump into an apprenticeship? How did you kind of transition from there to there?
Yeah, I actually always initially wanted to do an apprenticeship. I knew that I was on the job from beginning to end, so watching it just grow was amazing, and I knew that I wanted to be a part of that process. But then the opportunity to join the crane crew came around, and I thought I may as well take it while I've got the chance, because not many people do get that chance. So I got all my dogman and my mobile and tower crane tickets, which is a huge achievement in themselves. And then when the crane work died down, I had the opportunity to start my apprenticeship, which is just perfect because it meant I got good experience in the cranes, and then I could finally start my apprenticeship. So I've been doing that for about 6 or 7 months now. But I still, like today, I was working with the crane. I still operate and dog the crane when required.
So awesome. That's fantastic. I love it. And so, what are the things that you love about what you do, and what are your kind of goals with where you're going with this?
Honestly, I love everything about being on the ground. I like, not every day is a great day, but I still absolutely love it. I love being hands-on and being able to be a part of a process and being able to take a step back and think, wow, I just did that. Which sounds super cheesy, but it is really lovely to be a part of a build and you're a part of a big team. But I love the hands-on aspect, and I love just continuously growing my skill set. I love being so involved and learning new things, and am quite proud of myself for what I've managed to achieve. So I look forward to seeing what I can achieve. I'm currently doing a construction management paper on the side of my apprenticeship. So long-term goals would be to do project management, but obviously I'm aware that's quite long-term. So at the moment, I'm just taking every learning opportunity I can and seeing where I'll go.
It's fantastic. And I do know that, everybody's got different talents and gifts, but it's a wonderful way to enter into project management, isn't it? You come from the ground, grassroots up, and you bring all that practical experience with you into project management, along with obviously the qualifications. Good on you for doing that at the same time. Crikey.
Yeah, I think it's really handy. Like, it's also been really beneficial for my apprenticeship. A lot of the papers I do are about building legislations and building code, and I find they just correlate so well with each other. But I definitely do think it's handy to be on the ground, be immersed amongst it. And then I think when I do project management, if I do go down that route, I think I'll have a lot better skill set and a lot better knowledge, which will hopefully make me better at the job.
It's so exciting. It's so awesome. And you're obviously passionate about being a woman in construction, and you've joined NAWIC and now taken on chapter chair role as well. So what are some of your hopes and dreams, and what you'd like to see for the future of women in construction, or even diversity in construction, because you've just been talking to me about that offline. So
yeah, so I'm obviously a big big fan of getting more women involved in the trades. I think it's definitely a thing that people think is very undervalued. Like I remember back when I was in school, and it wasn't really encouraged for females to do a trade. Like I went to university myself, and now I have a degree that I'll never use probably. So I think it's important to let people know that it is a viable career option, and it's an amazing career option. Like not only just for like the money value of side of things, but just everything. Like you get an amazing skill set, an amazing job, you're in an amazing industry. But yeah, I definitely would like to see it become more of a safe, diverse space for all, not just, I think people get really focused on the gender side of things with diversity. I'd like it to see it be a safe space for all, like age, gender, ethnicity, like your brain, how everything works like that. I think it's just such an important thing to know that you deserve to be in this industry as much as the next person, regardless of any of those like defining factors. We have come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. And I look forward to hopefully being able to be a part of that. I think it's important that everyone deserves to do a job that they love, and they shouldn't have any fear of feeling like they don't belong, because no one should feel like that.
Yeah, that's really important. And it's really interesting because you and I were talking offline before this about you'd been on a diversity agenda workshop online, and just even the definition of diversity is often, we were agreeing that it's often people go straight for the gender diversity or even the cultural diversity, but there's also generational diversity, so like talking age. So I actually saw a clip the other day that there was a person starting their apprenticeship in their 70s. I was like, hey, that's awesome. I decided to do it.
It must be amazing. And I think we get asked that so often as apprentices. Like I know this is probably a general thing for all apprentices, is that like sometimes there are those big age gaps on site, regardless of what trade you're in or where you work. And I can't imagine it's easy for any person really. Like if you've you're given someone to teach and learn, it's a big responsibility to ask of someone. So I think that should also be appreciated more, because not everyone knows that halfway or towards the end of the career they're going to have to teach someone else all this knowledge, which is amazing in itself, like that people take the time to do that for others.
Yeah, it's awesome. And also, like you just touched on too, I'm passionate about neurodiversity because we have all have different brains that work differently, and it'd be wonderful. I agree with you. So any last tips for anybody sort of considering changing careers or looking at a career in construction, or perhaps switching their career in construction?
I definitely think give it a go. If it's a big jump and you're completely new to the industry, it is going to be scary and terrifying. But the amazing thing is, and this is what I wasn't aware when I started, is that there are organizations out there like NAWIC and so many other amazing ones in New Zealand, Mates in Construction, all of that sort of things that are there to help you. I think make the jump, like give everything a go. If someone offers you to get in a crane and drive it, then give it a go. I think it's important to just try and get over that fear and give everything a go, because you never know what you're missing out on.
Yeah, said from the woman who has done that herself. Just jump in the crane and give it a go.
Exactly. What's the worst can happen?
Yeah, and I'm curious to know if you want to share, what was your original degree in?
So I went to Otago Polytechnic in Dunedin, and I did career services, and I actually, funnily enough, did mine in career management. Yeah, which is really awesome, because now, without even realizing, I find that I help other people find the right jobs for themselves, which funnily enough is all about how your brain works and what you're best suited towards.
Wow, see, there you go. What an amazing woman you are already in your life, and we really appreciate you taking this time to encourage. Hopefully your little bit of sharing here has encouraged someone along their journey as well. Yeah, so thanks for listening, everybody, and thank you, Willow, for joining us. That's
Thank you
all
for
from
having
us.
me.
Yeah, ka kite.